rings and stuff.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the rings.
Come on, go follow Daddy, wherever he's at. Got some gloves over here.
Pretty.
And then they have snoods.
Look at the combs.
Yep.
The crown.
Over here, Josiah.
Let's see. What do you?
It's like the hairnet.
Oh yeah.
In the pocket. And then all the cameos.
I love it. Hairpins. Hi.
And they have like menswear.
They're gonna do like music.
That is just not true. We are trained professional musicians. This is oftentimes a 20-plus year career for musicians. We have a higher rank of casualty for musicians is significantly lower. There's two pieces to that. Number one, musicians are stationed behind the rows of men fighting on a battlefield. The kinds of calls you might hear on a battlefield may be advance, retreat, fire your weapons, want to charge the enemy with bayonets. So they'd be behind the soldiers for that. We're not gloriously leading them into battle. This is way too expensive. No. The second part is we are non-combatants. Yes, we do have a sword, but the sword is dull today as it was in the 18th century. It is just a part of the whole look, right? It's just part of the status symbol, just like the lace on our uniforms, just like the colors and everything else.
French Reveille.
French Reveille.
We are volunteers, yes.
Would you fit in the day? Yeah, you discussing.
It's U.S. Army, technically civilian.
This is World War I.
Featuring the M&Ms.
Now what she's representing is an air raid.
Yeah. And this is the Medical Corps.
Air Raid Corps, they say.
Oh, sorry, Air Raid Corps.
No, she is.
Civilian
Oh, she's Air Raid
Look at
Corps.
her saddle shoes.
I love the
That's based
shoes.
a lot on where are you from.
I love it. Here they come. This is turned into like a World War II vlog. And plus the
Featuring the 18th century.
Yeah, featuring Teresa. I mean Abigail. Oh, and there's Dad. And then also some like drums.
No, that kid and I were trying to figure out how to get in the gate.
Yeah. Oh look, there's doing a demonstration of something. I think they're making biscuits. There's Teresa. Okay, they're talking about maggots. I don't understand.
Cracking some nuts. Peanuts.
We were experimenting, but we couldn't.
Fun.
Like a shawl coming undone. And I'm like, yeah. We're talking about Sontags from the 1860s.
Whoa.
Involved in the military, we have to look at where the United States is coming from. So the colonists who formed the United States, where did they come from? Looking at England, which is in Europe, set out the hard way. At the beginning of the American Revolution, these women are working for little to no pay, and what ends up happening is a huge labor shortage. A lot of women quit and leave, and this leaves the military stranded because they don't have anyone to help upkeep hygiene or work in the hospitals, and that kind of snowballs into a really big issue with disease taking out a lot of soldiers. Continental Congress eventually passes a measure that ups the pay of these women, and so they rejoin the military, and this greatly boosts the Americans' ability to eventually win the war for independence. Their support in the department of the medical department of the Army, and part of that law required the Surgeon General to maintain a reserve of qualified nurses on reserve status. So have military benefits. They do not have the same pay, status, rank, or anything like the men do in the military at this time. And these ladies are serving overseas. So this is a very dangerous predicament for them to be in, if anything is to happen to them.
Or something like that. Yeah. But most of the time, the officers pretty much have the same kind of, same kind of stuff. And we have the flour ration over there, is represented as a corn meal.
And then he dresses up as Mr. Bennett. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Bennett, my grandma dresses up as very good.
I'd like to improve your dialogue.
Yeah.
This gun is just beginning to go out of date. So, by the time they appear in North America, we've been dealing with matchlocks for a very long time, and technology is about to
artillery demonstration.
And originally, in the 1400s, it made sense to use a gun like this in the way that I'm about to demonstrate, because it was used as a support weapon. This was not the mainstay of your army. So to begin with, I have to actually prime the pan. So before I do that, I have to make sure there's nothing else but gunpowder in it. Ordinarily, I would have a wooden powder measure, but today, for safety reasons, this paper one will have to do. I'm going to pour a little bit of powder. Over that priming powder, blow it away again for safety's sake, and now I actually have to light my ignition system separate from my gun. So what I have to do is open this handily enclosed lantern I have, locate my match cord, insert match cord in the lantern, ensure that the match cord has indeed caught fire, and then carefully place the match into the serve pouch. He's pointing at the ground. If you think this is bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. So then I have to locate the rest of my loading powder, and I have to actually load the weapon. Placing the powder straight down the barrel, and then taking a ramrod out and forcing the projectile down, wrapped up in the wadding. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg you, bear with me for a while.
Done. It is not a musket, it is a rifle, meaning that if you look down the barrel, you'll see tiny grooves going all the way down so that it can fit the projectile, effectively doubling the range of the musket's firing power. Same basic principle as it. You're going to take the cartridge or take your powder horn that carries all your powder. You're going to toss a little bit in this can right here. You're going to close your prison, load everything else down the barrel, and then you're gonna let loose and throw about a marble-sized lead ball down the field. For